Okay, so I think we're pretty much done with our program here. Let's run it and see what happens. So, do we have good credit? Yes. Do I have a down payment? Yes. Up front, $2,000. Bam, and we can get into a BMW. And so we see that this happened because here it asks us, do we have a down payment? Which is, I put 1, which makes this true, and the payment amount is $2,000, which is greater than $1,500. That's true. And I do have good credit since I set it up here. So all 3 of these things were true, therefore it printed this statement. So let's try to get a Volkswagen now. So this is going to have to be false. So I can put in the same exact numbers and just put in 0 for good credit, and it should say Volkswagen. So do I have good credit? Of course not. I can't spend my money wisely. Do I have a down payment? Sure. Let's say $2,000 again. And now I can get a Volkswagen. Right? Because here I have a down payment. It is greater than or equal to $1,000. Or I could have had good credit. But if I had good credit at the same time, I would have got a BMW. So just to prove that the or on that good credit works, though, I'm going to have good credit. And let's say I don't have $1,500, but let's say I have 11. Oops, not yet. Yes, I have a down payment. Let's say I have 1,100 up front, and I can get into a Volkswagen. So you see here, I didn't have 1,500 exactly, so this became false. But this was true, and this was true. Also, just to show you that this works, that I can have just good credit. So let's say if I have good credit, yes. Do I have a down payment? No. I can get a Volkswagen. Why? Because it says or good credit. So even if this and this is false, then as long as this is true, because there's this or true or false is always going to be true, and false or true always going to be true. So if there's at least one true within an or, then you get true. And the Kia, let's see. What do we need to get a Kia? We need to have a down payment. It has to be at least $500, or we have to have good credit. So let's say we don't have good credit, but we do have we do have $700 to put down, and we can get a Kia. So I think this is a pretty good. Let's try one more time. Let's say we're just screwed. We don't have good credit, and we don't have a down payment, and they say, sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. Sometimes that's pretty much real life too. So I think this program really depicted what we use logical operators for, and how they're being used, how they can be used and mixed within if statements. But just to show you that it works the exact same way, I could have just done this if has down payment, because 1 is true, and just saying is it equal to 1 is asking is it true. Also, this could be the exact same if I were to put the not operator. And what the not operator does is basically flips your true false value. So if you have a variable that's set to 1 and then you put the not in front of it, it didn't set the variable or anything. It makes the if statement come out to be the opposite of what it would have been. So here, if I put has down payment, well, I'll just show you guys better yet. Let's put the not operator here, and let's see what happens. So do I have good credit? Yes. Do I have a down payment? I'm going to put in no. So if we ignore the not operator, then 0 typically skips over this and it's not going to ask me how much I want to pay up front. But since I have the not operator, it's going to change it to true. Okay, we saw that. So without this not operator, half down payment would have been 0, which is equal to false, and then we should have jumped to this else statement here. But what happened was the statement came out to be false, and then this not operator switched it back to true. And so that's why we went into this part of the if statement here. So you can do something like this and it's going to work exactly the same. So if I put this in a parenthesis and I put hash down payment is equal to 0. So that's the same thing as asking if the user does not have a down payment. That's the same exact thing. But if I put this not operator in front, that's asking if the user has a down payment. And so you're going to see that this works exactly the same. So let's see. Do I have good credit? I'm going to go for Volkswagen. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did the first time. Do I have good credit? Yes. Do I have a down payment? Yes, I do. I have $2,000, and bam, we can get into a BMW. And that is because, again, this is the same exact thing that I had earlier. It's just more lengthy, and you really won't see this in programming, but I was just trying to get across to you guys what the not operator is used for. So again, this is saying if the user does not have a down payment, and then this flips it into if the user does have a down payment. So that is pretty much all I want to show you guys with logical operators. If you didn't quite catch everything, you can watch the video as many times as you need. They're really not that difficult. I'll be using them much more in the future. I mean, that's where all the real programming comes in, is with the operators anyway. So if you don't feel like you caught all of it, then please feel free to check out the Bug Theater. That link is in the description, and we'll be using them more in the future anyway, so it's all fine. Come back next time, and I'll see you then. Thanks.